Hey everyone, welcome back to Digital Feeds. Today I'm gonna show you how to properly clean your soundbar. I know this is one of those tasks that's easy to overlook for months, but trust me, after watching this video, you will know exactly how to do it correctly. We are not only going to thoroughly clean this thing, but I will also show you how to do it without scratching the finish, pushing dust deeper inside, or accidentally damaging the drivers. Now, this might sound simple, but most people are doing at least one thing wrong, and that one thing is actually making their audio worse over time, not better. I'll show you exactly what that is later in the video, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so before we touch anything, here's what you will need. None of this is expensive, you probably already have most of these at home. And I will leave links to all these tools I'm using in the description below if you wanna check them out. So first we have got the microfiber cloth. This is going to be your best friend throughout the whole cleaning process, so make sure it's new before you start. Next, we have got an air duster. This is great for cleaning speaker grills and getting into all those hard to reach areas. You can also use a can of compressed air, but personally I prefer this mini blower. Then there's a soft bristle brush. Even a clean toothbrush or a small detailing brush works perfectly for this. I've also got 70% isopropyl alcohol. This is useful for fingerprints and stubborn smudgings on hard surfaces. Some Q-tips as well for cleaning pores, edges and tight corners. And finally, a lint roller. This works really well on fabric-based soundbars to remove dust, lint and pet hair. And I will show you exactly how to use it, so stick around. And here's what you should absolutely avoid. And number one is the paper towels. Trust me, you can easily micro scratch glossy finishes with this, so never use these. Next is the wet wipes with fragrances or bleach. And please, never spray any cleaner directly onto the unit. I mean, we're cleaning electronics, not a kitchen counter. Okay, so step 0, and this is non-negotiable, power it off and unplug your soundbar. Not just stand by, but we're actually gonna unplug this thing. Also worth a quick look at your manual, especially if you've got a fabric grill soundbar like Sonos R or some other brand, because some have specific guidance and a 30 seconds now saves a headache later. But don't worry, most of you will be completely fine with everything I'm gonna show you today. We will start on the main body first, top, sides and back. So grab your dry microfiber cloths and do long even strokes. If you've got a brushed metal finish, just go with the grain or you will see the streaks. If you've got fingerprints or a stubborn smudge, barely dampen a corner of the cloth with isopropyl alcohol, and I mean barely, you're not mopping a floor. So just one light pass, then immediately follow with the dry side. And done. You can repeat these steps until you see a clean surface overall. Now the back panel. This is where most people completely zone out, and it's a big mistake. Dust loves to pack itself around HDMI ports, optical inputs and the power socket. So grab your Q-tip or cotton swab and work around each port opening. That will remove any dust inside. You can also use the air duster like this to push any trapped dust out. Alright, this is the section that actually matters for your audio. Although we have cleaned the surface with microfiber, the grill is where sound exits. So this is where dust does the most damage. It's also the most delicate part of your soundbar, so pay close attention. Just hold the compressed air can or air duster upright, keep it about 15 to 20 centimeters away and use short, sharp bursts at a slight angle to push out the dust from inside. Always remember, you're pushing the dust outward and away, not blasting it inward. Just work left to right in sections. Be gentle guys, you won't want to damage your soundbar. Now grab your soft bristle brush and push out most dust trapped inside. You can also use the brush and air duster together like this to take out all the dust. And as always, you can repeat these steps until you see a clean area. Since my soundbar has a metal grill, I've used this method. But if yours has a woven fabric grill, just skip the compressed air as your first move and use the lint remover to pick up the loosened embedded dust. Then follow up with a quick compressed air pass to lift it away. If your soundbar came with a subwoofer, and a lot of them do, it needs attention too. People clean the soundbar and completely ignore the sub sitting on the floor, collecting an entire ecosystem of dust. I mean, the floor is the worst place for dust, and unfortunately that's exactly where your subwoofer lives. Okay, so same approach as your soundbar body, dry microfiber cloth over the top and sides. Now as you can see, my subwoofer has a fabric front, so I'm just gonna use this lint roller to remove all the dust. So all you have to do is just remove this sticker on the lint remover and roll over the fabric like this. Now I'm gonna use the compressed air to further loosen the dust and then another lint roller for final finish. So this way it gets interesting. The port is a direct opening into the enclosure and dust builds up right at the rim. So we are gonna use the soft brush around the port opening, then a careful short burst of compressed air to clear it. Don't shove the nozzle inside, just work around the edges. You can also use the microfiber cloth to carefully clean this area. Okay, so here's the thing I teased at the start. If your sub fires downward, meaning the driver faces the floor, most people never clean underneath it because they don't even think to look. But that gap between the driver and the floor is basically a dust trap. While you're down there, check the rubber feet too. Debris stuck under the feet is one of the most common causes of a low-level rattle that drives people insane. Just clean the feet, set it back down flat, and that rattle is often just gone. Also make sure to wipe down the power and HDMI cables with a dry cloth and check the connection points. Just do it for all the wires and trust me, it will look a lot better. Alright, so final pass, fresh dry microfiber cloth over both the soundbar and the sub, and this will pick up anything you loosen during the cleaning process. Give it a few minutes before plugging back in, especially if you used any isopropyl alcohol. It evaporates fast but patience costs you nothing. And finally, plug everything back in, fire up something you know well, maybe a track you've heard 100 times, and just actually listen to it. Now it won't make a drastic difference to sound, but it will definitely look 100 times better. It's not a hardware upgrade by any means, but it's real. And it will cost you 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And that's a full clean. Soundbar, grill, subwoofer, ports, wires, all of it. Set a reminder to do this every 2 to 3 months and your setup will stay sounding exactly the way it should. If this helped you out, a like goes a long way. It's genuinely the best way to help this channel grow. And if you want more tech guides like this, just subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of them. Got any questions or tips? Just drop them in the comments and I will try my best to answer those. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.